All right, peace and love, everybody. We are here with Pastor Mike Podcast. I'm here with the man that needs no introduction, man. One of the hip hop pioneers, someone who's heavy in the basketball community all over the East Coast. Coach Tone from Coach Tone Runs. Coach Tone, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, my brother. Glad to have me on. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Big
yes,
Mike,
sir.
world
Yeah.
renowned. You know what I'm saying?
I
got
appreciate you.
all the footage of everything, everywhere, doing your thing. Proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Salute, bro. I
Yes,
really
yes.
appreciate you, man, taking your time out to talk to me, man. Because
Yeah.
this
Anytime.
this was long overdue, just based on like our relationship and how close we've gotten over the years, and
Yeah.
also just how extensive the passion is for basketball whenever we talk. So like
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah. And you remember how we met, right? We met at the bookstore.
Yes, Dr. Umar.
Dr.
Yes,
Umar
I
had an
do
event
remember.
at the
Yes,
bookstore. Yep. And that's
yeah,
how we met. And we started vibing right from there, right from the
yeah,
jump.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
And then we started going to basketball games together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shoot. And
absolutely.
what last summer we went to the Rucker Park game together, remember?
Yep, the SummerSlam Classic. Absolutely. I just
Yeah, the
got
SummerSlam
the video.
Classic. Yep. Yep.
Slam Classic.
They're gonna do that again?
I just got friends watching the video. Yeah, they do it every year. They're gonna do it again.
Okay.
No
Okay.
question. They do it
Good,
every
good.
year. They do that again.
Good. I got a girl down in Maryland right now. She's at New Hope Academy.
What's her name?
Her name is Lola Saunders.
I saw you posted a video about her.
She is 6'4".
Wow.
And she's still growing.
Wow.
Her mother is 6. Her mother's 6'2".
Yeah.
Her father is 6'10".
Wow.
And her father played in the NBA.
What was her father's name?
You remember Pops Mansubansu?
That name sounds familiar. I didn't see him play, but that name sounds familiar.
He played like 8-9 years in the NBA.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. She's gonna be great, man.
What year is she? What class?
She's a senior this year, so we're looking for a school for her now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got some offers and stuff like that?
She got a few offers now. Yeah. Yep. Wagner been offered her, Liberty, LIU, ODC, University of District Columbia.
Yeah.
Manhattan, everybody. Syracuse showed some interest. Howard, Hampton, everybody. Yeah. If you ever get a chance, go check her out.
No question. I definitely will. She's at New Hope Academy, you said.
New Hope Academy. Yep.
Yeah, Tone, you real big you real big in the high school basketball scene in Philadelphia, and for the people that aren't immersed in that space and don't really know too much about Philadelphia basketball, I see you cover a lot of Roman Catholic, Father Judge, the defending PCL champions, Archbishop Wood, you name it. But I noticed it's just so many high level players, so much competition. Like I noticed you were at the Roman Catholic versus Father Judge game not too long ago. That the kid for Father Judge hit the game winner.
It
was an amazing scene, but it was a great game, great basketball game.
Yeah. And
the rematch.
Yep. The funny thing about that is that my relationship with the coaches and players, is also what helps me bring me to those games. So like Brad Wanamaker, who's the head coach at Roman Catholic, very good friend of mine. He's played with me. We worked out together. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the NBA, and his son is playing for him. And his son is really, really good. He's just a sophomore right now. But he's going to be a great player himself. You know what I mean? But he got R.J. Smith, who's going to LaSalle, and he has Sammy Jackson, who the son of Mark Jackson that played with the Sixers. And he comes down and plays with us at Coach Tone Runs too, and it's just great to see these kids grow and mature and become, great players in their own right, man. It just makes me proud just to see stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then with Father Judge, DJ Rivera, I'm very good friends with his father.
Got you.
Me and his father is great, great friends. His father's played for me. His father's come to coach home runs. Even his grandfather, his grandfather are really good friends because the grandfather is Derek Gathers, who used to play with Hank Gathers. So he's the grandnephew of Hank Gathers.
Gotcha.
And he's going to Temple.
He's going to Temple.
He's going to Temple.
He's going to Temple.
He's going another great player. And I just love to see Philadelphia. It's rich in tradition, that culture of basketball. It's nice to see these kids just grow up in that culture, in that tradition, you know what I mean, and become very successful at it, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, and Sammy Jackson, he's another one. He's going to VCU. He's a VCU commit.
Yep.
We're a hell of a shooter. I'm very excited to see what he does at VCU next year. I cover them all the time. I go to a lot of their home games and stuff like that. So Sammy Jackson coming to VCU, I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah. So am I. Yeah. They got a game tonight. I'm thinking about going. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're playing a good team. Lansdale Catholic.
Yep.
And they got a good kid on that team that's really good. I forgot his name.
Okay.
They got a real good player on that team.
Yeah.
But I might go check it out. I don't know. I might go check it out. But they've been doing good. Mm-hmm.
What Coach Tone? When did Coach Tone runs start, and how did it even originate?
Wow. That's a great question, man. Coach Tone runs has been going on for about 20 or 30 years without the title. Because, I'm originally from New York, and I have friends that I grew up with that we did runs every Sunday in Brooklyn. Every Sunday we go to Gershwin and we played ball. You know what I mean? And I guess I got it from the idea from there. So I moved out to the Jersey, Philly area. I just adapted those same concepts, and I just known everybody throughout the years that played basketball, just getting everybody together, just playing ball. We played at Ryder. We was at Ryder for a few years with Jason Thompson and Ryan Thompson. We had a lot of Ryder guys that came down and played with us. Even Eli Carter was coming down to play with us during that time. So we was at Ryder for a little while. We was at JFK in Willingboro. We was doing runs over there. And this is before we was calling it Coach Tone Runs. And then we was also at the Field House in Delaware.
Yeah.
Which was and when we was at the Field House, that was during the time of the COVID, of the pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah. So we were there for like about 4 or 5 years during the pandemic. When no other gym was open, we had our gym open, and we were playing ball in there and running and doing everything. Yeah, it was great. It was a great time for everybody because we had a lot of NBA, G League guys that came down to play with us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the competition was just, oh my God, man. Amari Spellman. You remember him?
That from Villanova, you better believe it.
Yeah.
You better
Bones
believe it.
Highland. You know what I mean? Raleigh Hollis Jefferson, Jason Thompson, AJ English, Scooty Randall. Like we had everybody came down to play with us. Chris Jenkins that hit the 3-point shot at Nova.
He from the DMV guy. Yep.
Oh, yes, he is. Jenkins. Yes, he is. Dante DiVincenzo, Eric Alila. All of these guys were coming down to play with us every day when we was at the Field House. And then when we moved to the University of Pennsylvania, and I got to thank a very good friend of mine, and he also played with us and trained with us too, Darnell Foreman Jr., who's he's an assistant coach now with the Phoenix Suns, and he's doing a great job. I'm proud of him as well. And he brought us over to the University of Pennsylvania. He said, man, let's start some runs over here. You know what I mean? And he was with us at Ryder and at the Field House and going all over different places and stuff. And when he brought us to UPenn to play, it just stuck. Wow. It just stuck. We stayed at UPenn and we started calling it Coach Tone Runs, man. And that's the history of it, man. Now everybody wants us to come to their gym and their school that have the runs. You know what I mean? Because now it's gotten so big and popular. Everybody wants to see Coach Stone runs. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy because that was going to peel off into my next question as far as the gyms concerned, because I can only imagine how tough it is hosting these type of runs, but trying to find a gym for these type of runs, a consistent gym and stuff like that. I've seen so many situations where plenty of guys have runs, but the consistency of having one location or being able to just then the third while you're on the come up, I know that can be challenging. But you've built it up to a place where you don't have that problem. You actually have the opposite. People want to come bring Coach Tone to their gym. So I know it took years and work.
Yeah, it took years, and well, we're like on what 20 years now. We're doing this, you know what I mean, and it took that long to build it up to that, because we did go at first. We were going from different gyms. You know, we were going to Ryder, we were going to JFK, we were going to Delaware. I know I'm missing some gyms, but we've been to quite a few gyms within the Philadelphia area. You know, and it took a while to build it up where we get the reputation to be at one gym. And that I got to thank the Pennsylvania staff, you know, for allowing us that opportunity, you know, and, you know, we started to incorporate some of the college kids into our runs and helping them during the summer too, you know, doing their workouts and their training and stuff, and giving them a place to play against some professional basketball players, which helps them in their growth in playing basketball. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is tough finding gyms in Philly, in Jersey. Yes, it is really tough. I definitely will say that. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
You've done extensive work with the Philadelphia 76ers behind the scenes as well. For those, you do a lot of film work, documentary work behind the scenes, but you did a lot of work with the Philadelphia 76ers. Talk about that time working with them, and you know the relationships you were able to build, and even able to get some of those guys, some of the players, to come to Coach Tone runs.
Yeah, you're right. We definitely been going down to the Sixers practice facility, you know, working out with some of the guys that I know, like Louis King, you know, which is a great friend of mine. You know, he's trained with me. He's played for me. You know, I've coached him, you know, for years. I've known him since he was, I think, in 8th grade, you know, and, you know, he's a professional basketball player now, and he played with the Sixers for a couple of years. And Jason Thompson, who also been down there too, you know, working out with those guys. My man, Ricky Council. Is another guy, you know. He comes to Coach Tone runs, and we've worked out down at the Sixers practice facility. Terrell Harris is another guy. You know, I worked him out down at the Sixers facility too. You know, I've known the coaches over the years at the Sixers facility. I've gone to all the Sixers games and been backstage and locker room and VIP section, and I know just about everybody when it comes to the Sixers, and it's been a great relationship, and I'm blessed and I'm thankful, you know, for the people that's given me the opportunity to share my relations with those people, you know, through basketball. And a lot of those Sixer guys, they come down to the runs, man. They come down and they play and they have a good time, you know what I mean? And it's great. It's really a great time. And I think what we do. Oh, PJ Tucker is another one.
PJ Tucker, yep.
PJ Tucker comes down and plays with us too. With Gilly and my man Gilly. I can't forget Gilly, the 3-time MVP. I can't forget my man Gilly. You know, and we run down at the field house sometimes. You know, and Gilly's a great ball player. He's one of the best point guards in Philadelphia history that people don't even talk about. But he's a great ball player. But I think a lot of the reason why people do want to come to the runs is because of our professionalism. And we preach professionalism, we preach maturity, responsibility, and accountability. And if you don't come to the runs with those values, then you can't play with us. You know, especially like young guys, they don't understand about being mature and being responsible and accountable. If you don't get it, then you can't play with us. And I tell the guys all of that. I'm sorry, you just can't play here. You know,
I can attest. Yeah.
that hold themselves accountable, you know, because we don't, people get a misconception of what the runs are about, especially new guys. They think, oh, I'm gonna go down there, I'm a bust the NBA guys up, I'm a score on them. No, that's not what we come down here for. The pros come down to play at Coach Tone Runs to stay in shape, to work on their game. You know what I mean? Stay fit, you know, get ready for the next season, you know, to work on different things to get better at that they may be weak at. That's what they come down there for. But then every now and then we get a kid come down there, want to make a name for themselves. Okay, you got to go. That's not what we're here for, man.
I can attest to that. I've seen Tone kick some dude out of the gym before, just for that, you know, that selfishness, that lack of basketball awareness, just understanding to play the game the right way. Like at the end of the day, we're not here for all the answers. We're here to play the game the right way, and you know the athleticism and all that stuff. It comes with it, but the way to play basketball on a 5-on-5 set. You definitely see that at Coach Tone Runs for sure.
Yeah. And we always have Mike's 2 cents in the building. You know what I'm saying? Mike's 2 cents is always in the building. You know what I mean? Getting footage, getting clips, talking to the players. You know what I mean? And we meet a lot of people down there at Coach Tone Runs. A lot of NBA guys, a lot of G League guys. We like Isaiah Brockington played for New Orleans. You know, we seen him come down and play with us. Kareem Abdul, I know I'm spelling his name, played for the Sacramento Kings. He came down and played with us last summer. You know what I mean? You know, of course, Jalen Brunson has come down. Cam Reddish has been down to Coach Tone Runs. He played with us. Emil Jefferson, that's my guy. You know what I mean? He's played it, and now I'm proud of him too. He's an assistant coach for the Boston Celtics now. You know what I mean? So, man, we had John Casababo, that's my guy. You know, he's always been coming down when we was at the field house and playing, man. So I know I'm missing some people, man.
Colin Gillespie.
Colin Gillespie. I'm sorry, Colin. I love you, Colin. He's playing for the Phoenix Suns right now.
He's balling right now. He's balling with Phoenix.
He's balling, man. He is really doing his thing. Proud of that guy, man. Very, very proud of him, man.
I'm proud of Bones Highland as well, just because he stayed down. He stayed ready for his opportunity. You know, these last couple years for Bones Highland have been very tricky, and it's easy for a player to break in these moments. If we're going through what he's been through the last couple years with these different teams and playing time and seeing his minutes get diminished over time, but this year, he's capitalized on the opportunity that the Minnesota Timberwolves have given him. He's gotten more minutes, and he's looking very good coming off the bench, man. I'm very, very proud of Bones Highland. Hopefully, we see him this summer. Hopefully, we see him.
I will. Yeah, I'm proud of him too, man. You're right, man. He's such a great guy. He's really a great guy, man. You know, he's smart. He's educated. You know, very friendly. You know, he always giving. He's always helping people. You know what I mean? You know, like. He's helped his friends out a lot, like Haas Perkins, who's playing at Compton State now. You know what I mean? Like, he's helped him out tremendously. You know what I mean? Fareed, who does one-on-one basketball. You know, Far, they call him Nesco. You know, I'm proud of Nesco too. Nesco, that boy tough, man. Oh my God. Nesco is tough. Man, he's just a bucket, man. He's a bucket. You know what I mean? And he's doing great for himself too, man. I'm really happy for him, man. You know.
Yeah, I am too. Nesco has killing the one-on-one scene. He's battle tested. I remember that the first time I saw Nesco in a one-on-one battle. I remember it was in Baltimore. I went to my first ever one-on-one tournament, and he went up against an OG legend in the game who actually hosted the tournament. His name was Terry Hosley, and Terry Hosley, an OG from Baltimore, who's a one-on-one legend in the game and all that. And he went up against him for the main event game. And it was tough. It was back and forth. It was one of the most competitive one-on-one battles I've ever seen in my life. You talking about ethical hoops, no foul baiting, no nothing. Just two dudes going out there competing at a high level, trying to get a bucket, trying to get a win. And Nesco beat Terry Hosley in Baltimore in his hometown, 11-10. He was down 10-9, and came back and hit 2 buckets to hit the game winner to win 11-10. In Baltimore against Terry Hosley. It was a beautiful show, and he definitely proved to the people that I'm sure there's a lot of people that knew who he was by that time, but for those people that never heard of him or thought that that Terry Hosley was going to protect home court, he definitely made a name for himself, and he put on in Baltimore. So I remember that was my first time watching him in one-on-one, and that was coming off of me seeing him and meeting him for the first time with you at Coach Tone runs.
Yeah,
so it was dope, man. It was dope, man.
He's tough, man. That's a tough kid right there.
Right, he's battle tested.
He's tough. Scar's another one.
Scars, yeah.
Scars, man, that boy tough too, man. Oh my God, man. Like their scoring ability, man, is on a professional level. It's on the NBA level. You know what I mean? And people talk about the guys that never made it to the NBA that could have played in the NBA. Those two guys could have. I think because of their size, that prevented them from playing in the NBA, and also their style of play, because you get to the NBA, they're gonna want you to change your game. They want you to be a rebounder or a passer or a defender. You know what I mean? Where these guys are just straight scorers, man. That's what they are, man. But yeah, love those guys, man. They're great. They're really great.
AJ English is another one. He's another one who we all know how good of a shooter he is. He's one of the greatest shooters.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy. He just dropped 40 the other day, man. Oh man.
He's
easy.
For sure. Yep.
Easy, man. You saw what he did last summer down in DC.
Yes.
He hit like maybe 12 or 13 threes.
Yeah, he was killing. He was killing. That third quarter he came out, he was on fire.
Yeah,
he
was tough. That boy tough, man.
Beautiful to watch.
Always been tough.
Trash with Fat Trail and all those guys on the sideline talking trash, baby J-Mo. They talking trash, so they getting them hyped. I'm over there saying to myself, don't do it. That's John Wick. That's John Wick right there. And it turned out to be a great game. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that event coming up. But that AJ English to me is another one of those guys that fits the exact mold that you were just talking about, as far as guys that are elite score.
Yeah, elite.
And their style of play may not have fit the role that the NBA wanted.
Right. And he's a scorer. He's one of the rare players that can score and shoot. See, a lot of times you'll find guys that are just shooters or guys that are just scorers. He does both because he's lethal. He can score from anywhere and he can shoot from anywhere. When he walk in the gym, you got to guard him. As soon as he walk through the door, you got to guard him. He out of bounds, you better guard him. That's Delaware's Steph Curry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
That's Delaware's Steph Curry. Proud of him too, man. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah. And every NBA player that came in the gym and Coach Tone runs, he put on a show. Him and the NBA player, every time, whoever it was, they would both put on a show. I remember when Rondé Hollis Jefferson came to play down at Coach Tone runs, and him and AJ went at it. Oh my God, man. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. Back and forth.
They would guard each other and everything?
Yeah, they guard each other, everything. Brad Wanamaker. AJ English and Brad Wanamaker went at it one day. Yeah. They both had 50. They both had 50. I'm like, yo. Yeah, man. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Brad Wanamaker. He played over in Europe for I think 8 to 10 years. He played in the NBA for 4 years.
Right.
He's another guy that should have been in the NBA. He could have been in the NBA his whole career because he's great. He's a scorer. He can shoot the ball. He's a point guard. He knows the game. He has a high IQ for the game. And man, then when he's ready to go, you're not stopping this guy.
Yeah,
I remember can't stop him. I remember AJ saying to me one time, Tone, he got that shoulder bump. Because he got big shoulders. He bump you with that shoulder, it's over. He know how to create space. That's one thing he know how to do. He know how to create space. And that's why him being at Roman Catholic is so special, man, because he has so much to teach the youth, man. So much to teach them, man.
He's so great that he took over the head coaching job because Like a player like him or someone like him giving the game to those young kids, it's only going to propel them. And they already motivated for losing in the championship last year. So you had a like that that's going to feed into that fire and give them that a little push even more. Now I'm excited to see how they finish out the season. Because right now they're PCL competition, but I got a chance to see them a little bit when they came down to DC and played against Carroll and Ant Brown Jr. or they played in the Jordan Holiday Classic and played against McNamara. So,
did you see Zion Green yet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He comes to Coach Tone runs too.
Absolutely.
Zion Green.
Coach, I was going to ask you about him, man. I love that. I love his game.
I love him too.
You know what I love most about players like Zion is a player like him who's from Philadelphia or from the area up there, and he comes to a school down here, and a lot of people might not know who he is.
Yeah.
So when they go to when he comes out here and he performs and he balls out, it's like, I know what's going on because I've seen him play up. He plays. He's played at Coach Tone runs. He played against grown men, pros, college kids. So he's like this high school level is almost easy, and he was only a sophomore at the time. Yeah. Now he's a junior in high school. It took him a second to find his footing with Mount Zion. It took him a second. He didn't come out the gate swinging. But I'm telling you, Coach, once he found it, he's been in a real ever since December. He's been in a real rhythm, real rhythm, and I'm excited because they actually have a very good squad. I love, he has a true point guard in Josiah Kennedy who committed to UMass Lowell. He's one of the best point guards in the DMV area. They have some very good athletes and some great coaches over there. And I'm very impressed. I'm glad Zion's supposed to go there, and he has one more year of basketball after this.
Yep, that's right. He's tough.
High school basketball. High school basketball.
Now so his dad, his dad used to play for me. That's the connection. His dad used to play for me, and his dad was tough. His dad was one of the best guards in Philadelphia basketball. Played at LaSalle. I mean, his dad could do everything. Everything, man.
What was his name?
Score, shoot, handle. At 6'5", I mean, his dad was tough, really, really tough, man. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of his dad too for the work that he's put in with his son, and he's really trained him to be a really great player. Yeah,
his body is starting to catch up to him as well. He's getting bigger, he's getting stronger. It's the progression is amazing, and he, like I said, he really has. He's a junior. He has one more year left in high school basketball. It's this off season coming up is about to be crazy as far as Scholastic or whatever. Like he's gonna make a name, especially in Peach Jam or whatever case may be.
Right. He'll be back at Coach Stone runs this summer.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's another guy.
I'm gonna give our audience a little bonus because I've heard this question a couple of times from some people. People came to me and said, Coach Stone, did you ever play basketball? Yeah, I played basketball.
Come on, tell why they come on now.
How do you think I know all this stuff? How do you think I know how to relate to the players, how to get guys to come out and play? Because I played basketball. I played basketball in New York. I played for Brandeis High School. I played for CUNY. I played for Manhattan Community College. In '86, I won season MVP, tournament MVP, and I was first team all conference.
Yeah.
In CUNY. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had the receipts. I was a great player. I averaged 25 points, 8 assists a game, and 2 steals at Manhattan Community College. And I played with some great players there. You know what I mean? And I was always good. A lot of guys that I played with, they went on to play at LIU. You know what I mean? They became great players at LIU as well. You know what I mean? So we always had that connection. But yeah, Coach Tone played ball. Coach Tone was good at playing ball. So didn't go overseas to play, but I played a lot of pro ball in New York. So I played every summer. I played in the pro tournaments, the pro-ams, stuff like that. I played international basketball and stuff like that. Always played. And as soon as I finished college, I continued to play pro ball. Yeah. Another guy that didn't go to the NBA.
And you played all over the parks in New York City as well.
Oh man, yeah.
You got a chance to play in the era of, like, obviously social media was different back then. It wasn't really no social media as much, but like it was a certain essence that I'm sure you could break down a lot better than me compared to what you might see now at the street ball at the parks in New York City. Just talk about how the energy and the environment and how everything was during that time. Rucker Park, whatever the case, all the different parks.
Yeah.
Versus what you see now.
Yeah, I played at Rucker Park. I played at City College. I played at Baruch. I played at West 4th Street. I used to go to West 4th Street every day and play. Every day. Wow. And NBA guys used to come down there and play, and we used to kill them. I remember, like, me and my boys, we were called the Hype Boys, and we go down to West 4th, and as soon as we come out the train station, guys are being in their park. They're like, yo, we got them two right there. The good guards, they come, here they come. We got them. We would get picked before we even got into the park. As soon as they saw us, man, you know what I mean? But the competitive level was, was big, man. Like, when I was playing, that is when Pearl Washington was playing. You know, Dwayne Washington, Pearl. That's when he was playing, you know, but, you know, he was on a whole nother level than us, man. You know what I mean? But he, you know, he was great. He was one of the great players that was playing back then, you know. John Strickland, you know, the Terminator, Pookie Wilson, you know what I mean? My man Dangerous, Ty Boogie Davis, you know, those are some of the guys that were playing when I was growing up, you know, and the competition was tough, man. It wasn't easy. You know, we had a no layup rule back then. You couldn't drive down to the hole to lay the ball up, else you're going to knock on your butt. It didn't allow that. Today, you can lay the ball up, don't get touched. You know what I'm saying? Back then, nah, you couldn't do that, man. We played defense. You couldn't get on the court unless you're going to play defense. You had to play both ends. There wasn't no playing one end of the court and that's it. No, you had to play both ends. And I played both ends of the court. I had to. You know what I mean? You know, I grew up playing basketball in Harlem, Morningside Park all the time. The PAL, I played at all the time. And I went out to Brooklyn. I played at Gershwin every day in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? BRC in Brooklyn. And the guys at BRC that I grew up with, you know, guys like Jocko and Daryl and Jerry, you know, Jocko Jackson, who played for the Knicks back then, Fly Williams, you know, he was down there too, World Be Free. You know, we used to all go to BRC and play on Saturdays and Sundays on the weekends, man. And the competition was tough, man. We had NBA guys in the gym playing, you know, Ice Reynolds was another guy that came down and played with us because he also was from Brooklyn. One of the guys that I always had a problem with playing was a guy named Kurt Sumner. Kurt Sumner was his nickname was MVP. Every year he'd get MVP at West 4th. And I'll never forget this game when I played against him. Him and Pete Edwards, you know, Pete Edwards that runs he runs the league in Queens. Pete Edwards, the IS-8 league. Pete Edwards runs that league. So Pete Edwards used to play, him and Kurt Sumner to play together in West 4th, and they won championships out there. They were like Isaiah Thomas and Dumars, what's his name? Dumars.
Joe
from the Pistons.
Joe Dumars, yep.
Joe Dumars, yeah, from the Pistons.
Yep.
Yeah, and we had a game one day against them, man, down at West 4th. And I was going at him. And I didn't know who he was at the time. And I'm just going at him. I must have ended up with like 35 points. And I shook him at the foul line one time and he stumbled. Man, why did I do that? I pissed him off and he dropped like 45 after that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is Kurt Sumner. He was a great player. His son, Curtis Sumner, played for Villanova.
Yeah,
I think this is like, I forgot, maybe 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. Yep. And he played, you know, and I always tell him, man, I remember your dad. I remember playing against your dad. I remember playing with your dad. Your dad was a great player, man. Like his dad had a professional game. He was an NBA player in the street. That's what he was. He was an NBA player in the street. You know, the way I played, I was fast. I was quick. I was a point guard. You know, it was just hard to stay in front of me because I was just so fast. And I had a handle. So because I had a good handle and I was quick, I can get by anybody. I didn't even have, I could shoot, but I didn't have to shoot because no one could stay in front of me. You know, so I was tough in that regard, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
basketball back then was fun. It was fun and very competitive, man. And we didn't get hurt a lot back then like they do now. You know, now they supposed to have better equipment, better technology, you know, better training, all this stuff they got better. But y'all get hurt every day. We didn't get hurt like that back in the days, man. I
Yeah.
never had a major injury when I was playing basketball. You know, you tweak an ankle or something like that. You know what I mean? But guys played every day, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2, 3 times a day, and didn't get hurt. Not
And
like today.
that was the key. Yeah, you guys were playing. I think playing.
Yep.
Actually going out there and going out to play,
Yeah.
at different places and compete at different
Yeah.
parks, different against different teams, against other guys, like playing up as well. Like, you know, training is great too. I'm not trying to diminish training
You're
at all.
right.
With that playing, it's something about that playing, like getting that constant play in 5-on-5 setting play, to where like it just attacks your quick instincts. You're working on your, you know, all that, your game feel, all that stuff.
Right.
So
Right.
to say, I've heard so many OGs tell me that it's something about playing, actually going out there to play, get those reps in playing.
Yeah.
And
And that's what the young kids need. That's what the youth need today. They need to play more, and that's what we hope that Coach Tone Runs does for a lot of these kids. They give them an opportunity to just come out and play. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we work out, we do training and drills and stuff, but it's more focused on these kids just coming out and playing, because that's how you develop your game. That's how you harness your game, by just going out and playing. And you see in certain situations, it builds up your IQ. If all you do is train, and then when you got a game somewhere, then you know your mentality is to do what you train to do. And if that move isn't there, what do you do then? You don't do anything. So that's why you need to go out and you need to play basketball, so you learn how to develop those skills, you know, certain situations in the game that you need to know what to do when you see something, you know how to read it. Okay, this is how I counter that. You know what I mean? So yeah,
No, that's
man.
real. Talk
Too
to me.
much training now. Too much training. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's a lot. It's a lot of training. It needs to be more balanced. You have to have more balance out here to even it out, to be a total complete basketball player.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that part. I want to talk to you about how you spoke earlier about your relationship with Gillie. How did that come about? How did you meet Gillie? How did the relationship come about? And you know, how everything that's transpired, you know, from now ever since you met Gillie. How'd you end up meeting Gillie and linking up?
Yeah. Damn, what did I? That's crazy. I can't remember where I met Gillie. It had to be on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Had to be. No. I met Gillie at the 76ers.
Okay.
I met Gillie at the 76ers game. We was backstage, and it was in the locker room or a VIP room or something like that. That's where I met Gillie at one of the games. And he saw me talking to PJ Tucker and Ricky and Jason Thompson and a couple of agents and stuff. So he knew that I knew people, you know what I mean? And that's how we met. And we started talking. And he heard about Coach Tone Runs, and he wanted to come down and play. So, you know, we exchanged numbers, and we started getting together from then, and started, you know, doing runs together. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's how it happened. So he's one of those guys. So Gillie is 50, but he don't like playing with 50-year-old men.
Right.
He likes playing against people like 20-something, 30-something. He don't like, and he says that people his age can't keep up with him, and he's right. You know, he does better playing against the younger guys, you know, but you know, he's not as fast as they are, and he's not as fast as he used to be. But man, the kid could play, man. He really, really could play, man. Like, he walks in the gym, and he's always late. But when he walks in the gym, the game changes, because he's a game changer. You know, whoever team he goes on, they start winning automatically, because he comes in, he's handling the ball, he's running the floor, he's making everybody else run. The energy level goes up. You know what I mean? He's passing the people and getting guys involved, and they started having fun playing basketball, man. You know, every time he walks in the gym. And, you know, he talks trash a lot, too. He talks a lot of trash, but he backs it up, man. The left-hand assassin. Left-hand assassin, yeah. Yeah, Gilly is great. He played at Ben Franklin High School, which one of the great basketball programs in Philadelphia, Ben Franklin. He led them to the playoffs or the conference championship, something like that. And then he went on and played at Cabrini College. So he has college experience as well. And he led them to a conference championship as well. You know what I mean? He didn't play overseas, didn't play pro ball, but, you know, of course, you know, his history. He became a rapper and stuff like that too, you know, but this man has great experience in basketball, and he's a great basketball player. He's won 3 MVPs with the Big Three. 3 MVPs back to back to back. He could have won 4, but they stacked the deck on him last year. They stacked the deck on him. They said, "Nah, you're not winning them. We're not winning another one. You're not winning another one." But he's great. We did the Roots Picnic celebrity basketball game last year, and he was great in that. I mean, my man Justin Edwards, he was coaching with me. You know what I mean? And we had a good time. We had the one of the Eagles players was playing with us. Yep. And he jumps out the gym. I'm like, yo,
Coach, I didn't know he had a game. Coach, he could ball.
I didn't know either. He was jumping out the gym. The baby, he played with us. He was good. I didn't know the baby could play too. The baby could play too, man. Yeah, it was a great game, and we had a lot of fun, man. You know, but Gilly, wherever he go, man, he's the star, man. He is the star. Yeah.
We also had that DC versus Philly event that down here at Coolidge High School where Gilly and Wallow bought the team, bought the they bought the whole $1 million worth of game team down, and you know, Coach Tone Runs had the squad down there going against our DC guys, and it was a great event for mental health awareness and you know everything, and it was a great basketball event. We got to see the young kids play, the high school kids all the way up to the pro. It was a beautiful event.
It was.
Your experience with that event, and obviously whether or not we'll see any more of those in the future.
We coming back. We're coming back this summer. We don't have a date yet, but we're coming back. You know. Okay. And Gilly had 16 points and 3 assists in the game. You know. Yeah. My man from the Golden State Warriors. What's his name? The point guard.
The point guard. Oh, Quinn Cook.
Yeah, Quinn Cook. I'm sorry, Quinn. I apologize, Quinn. I'm getting old.
Quinn Cook. Yep.
Yeah, Quinn Cook took it personal, man. Like, man, Quinn Cook was shooting threes from half court, man. I said, God damn. Quinn, chill, yo. It's a celebrity game. Yo, chill. You know what I'm saying? And and my boy from Dallas, you know, he had a great game too. Yeah. Najee Marshall, and he's playing really good now with Dallas right now too. He's man. Playing amazing. He's great. Yeah, and they had a great team, and we had a great team. You know, and we went into overtime. And they beat us in overtime. You know, man. But it came down to the wire. We had Jordan Hall. You know, Jordan Hall was he was doing his thing. You know, AJ was doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like. We was balling, my man, Stanley Davis, Boz.
Boz and Najee got into it for a hot little second, man. And it fired up. It was a beautiful. That's good basketball.
Yeah, Boz Boogie. Man, Boz was listen. Boz is tough, man. I love that kid, man. Boz is tough, man. And Raleigh Hollis Jefferson, he was great for us, you know. But then he strained his calf. So I was like, chill. He strained your calf, just chill. You know what I mean? But he was great, man. Like we had a great team. We had Mike Watkins. You know, he was playing with us too. Man, we had all the Philly ballers came out, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again, man, because it was a lot of fun. The crowd was amazing. You know what I mean? Great hospitality. You know what I mean? The media people, like it's funny, man, because in Philly. They sort of discriminate a little bit, you know, but they didn't do that down in DC. You know, in Philly, if you ain't from Philly, you don't get no media coverage. You know what I'm saying? But in DC,
Yeah.
we not from DC, but they gave us media coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that was
Yep.
love, man. I appreciate that, man. DC, we love you, man. We love you, DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No
we
question.
definitely coming back. Definitely
No
coming back.
question. It was a great event. It was a great event. To me, it went flawless, and they couldn't have picked a better venue. Coolidge
Yeah.
is one of the best venues for a basketball event like that. Coolidge is one of the best venues to host
Yeah.
here in the DC area for basketball events.
Yeah.
It's been on fire the last few years.
Yeah.
Ever since they redid the gym,
That's good. Yeah.
it's one of the gyms they have out here.
Yeah.
It's been
Only
crazy.
problem
So I'm looking forward to year 2, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I had, I told the referees that second half, you can't count them threes that they shooting because they shooting from the high school line. We playing NBA rules and you giving them a 3 at the high school line. What the heck is that? That was crazy, man. That was crazy, man. But it was so much fun. Oh my God, it was so much fun, man. Because like Quinn Cook came out the gate hitting like 4 or 5 threes in a row. You know what I'm saying? He went right at Gilly, right at him. He wasn't holding no prisoners. Went right at him, man. I'm like, oh man, here we go, man. I said, Gilly, we gotta put the pros in. Not that Gilly is not a pro, because I look at him as a pro too. It's just that you're 50, these guys are 30. It's a little different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Understandable.
Yeah, but we went down. I remember we were down 10, right? And Boz, AJ, Raleigh, and Jordan Hall brung us back, and we went up 10. We went up 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 minutes left in the regulation. We were
regulation.
Yeah. We were up 10, and they came back and tied it, and that's how we went into overtime.
Yeah,
that's how we went into overtime.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Jordan Hall, big 3. I remember Jordan Hall had hit a big 3 to go up 5, like 30, 40 seconds left. And I'm like, well, they might come in here and win. And then they came back to 3, and then they tied it, like you said, went to overtime. And overtime, Quinn Cook couldn't miss.
oh my God, man,
he couldn't miss in overtime. He said, "We're not losing this game."
Yeah, he's so tough, man. He is so tough. You know, I love to see stuff like that, and it really is amazing to me because, you know, guys see people, the audience see the NBA guys playing on an NBA team, may not play a lot, not getting a lot of minutes, or may not score a lot. But then when you see them in person, you start to realize this is why he was in the NBA.
Exactly.
This is why he won an NBA championship. You know what I mean? This man right here can really play some ball, and you see it. And he's retired now and can still do it. Which is phenomenal.
Still getting to it.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Why didn't we got to get the cat? We got to get the cat out the bag, coach. Why didn't Wallow get in the game? Why did Wallow look like he was freezing over there?
I tried to get Wallow.
He was over there shriveling. He was, but Wallow got no over there.
I wanted Wallow to play, man. Wallow said, "Nah, man, I can't. Those are pros over there, man. I can't mess with them pros, man." I said, "I respect that, man. I respect it. Yeah. I love Wallow too.
I saw him when he came down, man. Wallow was showing immense love. As soon as he came down, I saw him. He was messing with the high school kids during warm-ups, playing a little mini one-on-one with them, taking pictures with the kids, taking pictures with everybody. It was a dope. What Wallow was doing, nothing but showing love, man. It was great. He was amazing, man.
And that's what I love about Gilly and Wallow. You know, the love and attention that they show to the youth. It's amazing, man, and it's so genuine. It's so real. You know, just giving back to them, just able to touch a kid or talk to a kid or hug a kid. You know, that means a lot to a lot of inner city kids, man, to be able to talk to those guys like that, man. And I applaud them for what they do, you know, for the inner city kids, man. And it's just great, man. Everything they do is great, man. They nothing of the stuff that they do is for selfish reasons, man. Everything that they do is to help other people, man. And I love them for that, man. I love them.
Yeah, no, it's dope. I see a lot of work they do outside of basketball, but I see a lot of work
Yeah.
they do, especially in the city of Philadelphia, where they go around and they give like us, they donate a certain amount of money to like black-owned businesses and stuff like that. And that's just one instance of the work that they do as far as giving back to the community and just helping the people, tapping in with the youth. So Gillie and Wallo are very conscious about tapping in with the youth and making sure that the next generation has that unk or that wisdom or that person that they can come holler at or talk to and stuff like that. From whether it's the kids in Philly or the all the way out to even tapping in with the Sanders family and Deion Sanders and his kids and then stuff like that and seeing how they relate to him or the kids when they was at Jackson State, over there and stuff like that, seeing all that stuff. So Gillie and Wallo, much respect on my end.
And they're the reason why the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year. They're the reason why the Eagles won.
Gillie had the time of his life.
Yes.
Just coming up as a fan of that team, just being able to not only run out the tunnel, being able to go backstage whenever you want to, and talk to the players before game, whatever the case may be. Like, as a fan of the team, like that's got to be, it's got to. But that's the reward of being genuine, man.
And they let him bring the team out, out of the locker room. He brings them out, man. You know what I mean? And when he went viral with his dance, that's huge, man. That's huge, man. I can't do it, but man, he went viral with that dance, man. Yeah, he's a great dude, man. Great dude.
We got to bring up the time when Jeff Teague and the 520 podcast came to Coach Tone Runs, and they, they had their little back and forth with Gillie and stuff like that. But they got to go one-on-one with those guys. And it goes back to what you said, pros are pros. And so how was that day?
And Jeff Teague, like I said about Quinn Cook, is the same with Jeff Teague. Like, he wasn't Michael Jordan or Kobe in the NBA, but when you see him in person, you know why he was in the NBA. That boy is tough. And he wasn't even going 100. He may have been going 50 or 60. But whatever he wanted, he got it. If he wanted a layup, he got a layup. If he wanted a jumper, if he wanted to create space, he got whatever he wanted. When he and Gillie played one-on-one, Gillie was cooking, man. Boom, 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 hitting the threes, boom, laying it up, boom. Gillie was cooking. I said, Gillie, yeah. But when Jeff Teague got hot, he must have hit like 8, 9 threes in a row. I was happy for him, but I was mad too because he beating my boy. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, you know what? That's too easy, man. That's too easy, man. No, shoot with your left hand. Shoot with your left hand. He shot a 3 from the NBA, from almost half court with his left hand. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. I said, that's it. It's over. It's over. It's over. He done hit 8 threes with his right hand and then hit a 9th 3 with his left hand. That's it. It's over. Game over, man. I'm sorry. You the best, man. That's why you a pro, man. You the best, man. But he brung his podcast buddies to the game.
Behan and the other guy.
Yeah. So they did 3-on-3, right? And Wallo played. Wallo and the other dude, they in there fighting. They wrestling. They wrestling. But Wallo did score a couple of buckets. I was proud of him for that. He did score a couple of buckets. The game was physical. It was intense. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun because there was a lot of trash talking going on. You know what I mean? And it was great. It was just great. And I think Gillie also played one-on-one with the other guy. What's his name?
Either Behan or the other one.
Yeah. And he beat him. Gillie beat him. But he could play. He's a good player. But Gillie was just too much for him. Gillie's knocking down shots, man. And you know what I mean? But yeah, it was that was a great time. That was a great moment in basketball when those guys came down to play with us, man. It was a great moment. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Ever since Kyrie Irving is my favorite player right now. Ever since he went down, Tyrese Maxey has become one of my favorite players to watch in the league.
Yes.
Over the last 2 years. He's one of those guys that if you watch his progression from the time the 76ers drafted him, he's literally gotten better every single season. And I believe after this season, he will be a well-renowned superstar in this league after this season.
Yes, absolutely.
And this season coming out the gate, I didn't even expect him to come out and be this have this approach to the game. Like he's come out so assertive and letting you know, like, this is my time and I'm here. And if this is my moment to take over the keys to the franchise, I'm letting the 76ers and the league know that I'm ready for that opportunity.
Yes.
And averaging almost 30 points a game, leading the 76ers team, especially and then along with Joel Embiid getting his footing under him, Paul George getting his footing under him.
Right.
VJ Edgecombe looking like the rookie of the year at one point in the season.
Yeah.
Where do you, with the East being as wide open as it is right now, where do you see this current Philadelphia 76ers team, and how far can they go this year?
I don't see them going too far because of the injuries. If they can be healthy, if they can stay healthy, if Embiid and George are playing with Maxey and VJ, I think they have a good chance of winning the Eastern Conference. But it doesn't look likely at this time because they're not consistent enough. They can't stay on the court long enough. I mean, they'll play 1 or 2 games and then they got to sit out another 2 or 3 games, so it's tough. It's going to be really tough, man. I see the Knicks, Orlando, and I see either Cleveland coming out of the East. Like, those are like the top. Oh, and Boston too. You're going to see Boston too.
Yeah.
You see one of those teams coming out of it.
What do you think about Detroit?
And Detroit too. I'm sorry. Yes, Detroit's definitely going to be in the mix. Yeah. But if the Sixers can get healthy by the time the playoff starts, then they're going to be a contender if they can get healthy. So they all played the other day, and they played well. George played well. Embiid, Maxey, they all played really well. But we need more of that. One game is just not enough. They got to continue to play that way and continue to play together if they're going to look to have a playoff run.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it looks like, because this is one of the few years that we can't definitively look at any team in the Eastern Conference and say, oh, I can guarantee this is the team that's going to come out of the East. This is the team that's going to make it to the finals. I can't look at any team in the Eastern Conference and say that. Competitive balance is insane, and I'm intrigued to see how it ends up playing out.
Yeah. Like the Knicks, I love the Knicks. You know what I mean? I'm always rooting for Brunson and Bridges and Hart, and I know my guys over there, Leon and Wes, and assistant coach Rick. Those are my guys. I'm always rooting for those guys. But they started out strong and then they started falling off a little bit. Hopefully they can get it together by playoff time too. Because Brunson can't do it by himself. You know what I mean? And they're a tough team. They're a really, really good team, but they can't beat Orlando. The matchups that they have with Orlando, man, them young boys down there, oh my God, man. And Detroit too. The matchups that them young boys in Detroit, man, they are so tough, man. So in order for them to get out of the East, they got to beat one of those teams. They got to beat Orlando, or they got to beat Detroit. And I'm happy for Orlando and I'm happy for Detroit, because there's been a long time where those two teams have been in the cellar, and they really starting to play good basketball, and they have a lot of talent on those teams. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy for those guys. Yeah.
Definitely. It should be interesting. It should be interesting to see how it plays out, especially with the trade deadline coming to an end next Friday.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll see what moves have been made. I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting week of basketball coming up. So we'll see how it plays.
And we need you guys come down to Coach Tone Runs this summer, man. I know after y'all do your vacation, come down to Coach Tone Runs and get some running. Let's go.
Got to come down to Coach Tone Runs, man. It's only right. You have an extensive coaching career, whether it's just high school or whatever the case may be. You have an extensive coaching career. I remember that at the time you were coaching high school when we met. I remember up in Jersey. So, with what you're seeing right now in the game, I've heard a lot of conversation about, growing up with it, like we kind of talked about earlier, growing up the game when we played AAU growing up, it was for the love of the game. Now it seems like it's a hustle. And things of that. Like coaching wise, as a coach, what do you like about what you see in the way these players are being developed, and what do you hate about what you see about these players being developed?
I love the talent. I love the skill level. It's really at a high right now. There are a lot of great young players playing, and I love to watch them develop. What I don't like about the way some of them play is the selfishness. It's me. When basketball is a team sport, if you want to win, you got to play team ball. And I don't like a lot of guys that I see that there's more concern with their personal stats and their highlights and the media and all that, and not concerned with winning, not concerned with the teammates winning and even letting your teammate be successful and stuff. And that was one of the things I teach as a coach. I coached up in North Jersey. We went 19-0. First 19 games, 19-0. We were number 18 in the country. We beat St. Patrick. We beat Blair. We beat a bunch of schools. We were number 18 in the country, and the reason why we were number 18 because we played unselfish basketball. Everybody shared the ball. Okay, if you hot today, we going to you. All right, you may not be hot today. This guy, we going to him. Whatever's what's working. During that time, we make those adjustments in the game. You know what I mean? Everybody was happy for each other for their own success. We had guys that got MVPs of different tournaments and stuff like that, and it was multiple guys that got MVPs, and we were all happy for them because it was a team effort, and that's what the program was about, being a team. Because if we start winning, which is what we were doing, then you're all going to get recognition. You're all going to get looks to be recruited to a college somewhere. You know what I mean? Because we're winning and we're playing the right way to the right basketball. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I like about it. But I love the way these kids are playing today. But we have to get back to playing more team basketball. Even at Coach Tone Runs, I get some young kids that come down, and they're coming down to get some film or get some highlights. Nah, son, that's not why we're doing this, man. It's not about you getting the highlights and clips and all that. So if that's what you're here for, you're in the wrong place, man. Nah, the film that we do, we do that for entertainment, but it's also done for you to learn, like, look at what you did on this play. Look what you did in this situation. And how do you fix this? And how do you get better at that? You know what I mean? Like, that's what you should be studying, not what you did good every time. You know what I mean? And, you just don't get better if you just keep looking at the things that you do good, because you don't learn from that. You learn by looking at your mistakes and correcting your mistakes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to see more guys doing. You know what I mean? But, yeah, you're right. I have an extensive career in coaching. I coached high school basketball for 12 years. I coached at Camden High. I coached at Rutgers Camden University. I coached at Thomas Jefferson, Harcum College. I coached everywhere, man. I coached everywhere, and, I'm blessed and I'm thankful to God for giving me this opportunity, to help these kids, especially, part of what I do is trying to get kids into college, help them get an education and get a degree. I have kids all over the country right now that I help get into college. I got a kid at Compton State. I got a kid at Essex County College. I have another kid up at NJIT, another one at Seton Hall, a couple of my kids at LaSalle, some of my kids at UPenn. You know, I have kids all over, they everywhere, and I'm just happy to see them playing basketball and getting the education at the same time, because that's what it's about, and we're losing some of that, but I just hope we keep that focus, man. Like, this is what it's about, man. You know, playing ball and getting an education, man.
No, that's real. That's real. You also have an extensive resume in film and documentary work. And one of the documentaries that I watched, and one of the little short films that you put together that I really enjoyed, was the film about Wilt Chamberlain and the conversation around Wilt Chamberlain being shunned apart, like being called one of the greatest players to ever live, and why his name isn't in this day and age in that conversation as much as it should. And the conversation between people from New York, whatever the case may be, back in the day, where they're giving you this energy and their perspective on how good and how dominant and how great Wilt Chamberlain was. Just from your perspective, why do you think Wilt Chamberlain's name is out of the conversation in today's basketball talks? And also, how good, was Wilt in that time, man, for those people that didn't know, that didn't get to see him play?
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And that's why I made the documentary. I think it was Iceman that said that the NBA made it a point to not show any footage before 1974. Anything before 1974, don't show that footage. And they never explained why, but you can imagine why, because everything that happened before 1974 is Wilt Chamberlain era. And if you saw those games before 1974, you see Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points, averaging 50 points, averaging a triple double. He had one or two quadruple doubles. He's had at least 10 or 12 games where he scored 70 or 80 points. You know what I mean? He set over 100 records in the NBA and broke over 60 records in the NBA. You know what I mean? And that's why he's, if not the greatest, one of the greatest of all time. And if you bring up Wilt Chamberlain and compare him to the players of today, it negates everything that a lot of players are doing today. That's why Michael Jordan said, I don't know if I'm the greatest because I didn't play against Wilt. I didn't play against Bill Russell, Jerry West, you know what I mean? Kareem Abdul, I didn't play against those guys. So I can't really say if I'm greater than them or not, because they were great players. And he acknowledged that with those guys. Wilt Chamberlain, people talk about right now how the game has changed. The way we play basketball now and the rules of the game now is because of Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. If that's not great, what is? They widen the lane. The lane is what? 10 feet, 12 feet wide? Because it used to be 3 feet wide. They changed it to 10, 12 feet wide because Wilt was catching the ball and dunking on everybody. The lane was too small. So that's why you see the lane so wide now. Guys running off the foul line. When you're shooting a foul shot, when you got to run off and you try to run off the foul line, you can't run off the foul line now and get your own rebound and, put back whatever. That's because of Wilt Chamberlain. Because when Chamberlain shot foul shots, if he missed, he run off the foul line, get it, and dunk it. So they had to stop that. So they said, we're going to change that rule. You know what I mean? The goaltending rule, that rule is put in because of Wilt Chamberlain. He was blocking everybody's shot, putting it on the backboard, grabbing stuff off the rim. They changed that rule because of him. Now, funny thing, the European basketball, the goaltending rule is still in effect. You can grab the ball off the rim in the European basketball, but you can't do it in America. Why? Because of Wilt Chamberlain. He's the only player to average 50 points a game for the entire season. That's insane. He's the only player to average 25 rebounds a game for the entire season. He's the only player to average 12 blocks a game for the entire season. You can't take that from the man. And you every now and then you see somebody break one of his records that he did, either scoring or rebounding, block shot, something that he did, right? But he still has at least 60 or 70 records that's still on file that people haven't broken and may never break.
Are they counting before 1974, or is this everything after 1974?
They were counting. Yeah, they were counting before 1974, and it's in the books, but they just don't want the public to know about it. You know, right. For whatever reason, and it also was during the time of the ABA too. You know, the ABA should get more credit for what they did for the NBA as well. The 3-point line is in the NBA because of the ABA. The ABA had a 3-point line first. When the ABA merged with the NBA, that's when the 3-point line came into effect. You know,
yeah.
And the ABA did a lot of good things. You know, the entertainment part of it, the cheerleaders and stuff like that, the 24-second clock, because the NBA didn't have a 24-second clock at first. Right. They got that from the ABA as well. You know what I mean? So the ABA deserves a lot of credit for how they helped change the game of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So that was before 74 as well. So, you know, it's funny how we don't want to know some history or don't want to tell some history. Like we're trying to, narrate our own history or try to forget about rewriting history. Yeah. And I don't think we should do that. We should continue to write history, but we got to tell where the other history comes from, how it got started, where it came from, because that's part of basketball history. And that is very, very important because Wilt Chamberlain is very important to basketball. The turnaround jumper that everybody gave Michael Jordan credit, Kobe credit, Dirk Nowitzki credit, the turnaround jumper is what Wilt Chamberlain invented. He is the first one to do the turnaround jumper in the post, the fadeaway jumper. He invented that. He invented the jump hook, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar turned it into a sky hook. But he's the one that started the hook shot. He started the finger roll shot. He called it the flipper or something like that. He started the finger roll shot. He started a whole lot of things, you know, that he's not given credit for now, and that he should get credit for. And so we got to continue to tell stories like that, so the public will know how great of a player he was and what he did for the game of basketball. You know, yeah.
Speaking of rewriting, that's special, man. But speaking of rewriting history, it seems like for the longest time, especially over recent memory, people have been rewriting history on the legacy of Kobe Bryant. For time, and we just came up on 6 years of his passing. God rest his soul and his family. But he was my favorite player growing up. He was my idol at one point when I was a kid growing up, and it's annoying to sit back and just watch these media pundits talk about Kobe in the manner that they talk about him. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you hear it, it's like, to me, when you hear basketball that played with them, the stories that they tell, when you hear how they talk about Kobe and you remember what you saw as a fan watching him play, it irks you when you see people just continue to rewrite history the way that they've been doing over the years, man.
Right.
What's your perspective on everything that you've seen about Kobe and the legacy that you remember about the late Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant is also one of the greatest players in basketball history. The way he approached the game mentally and physically, it's just like Michael Jordan, you know, the way he approached the game mentally and physically. And I love to hear the stories about Kobe, because, especially from his peers, because they always talk about how he didn't care about going to the club. He just wanted to go to the gym. While these dudes is in the club, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's in the gym working on his game. You know, he was that serious about it. And we have a documentary that's coming out soon on NBC Sports about Kobe and some of his family that he grew up with playing basketball. You know, Kobe took a lot of lumps and bumps early in his career, early ages playing basketball in Philadelphia, where his cousins used to beat up on him all the time, never let him win. I mean, like he would lose games. I remember him himself telling the story how he played in the Sunny Hill League and didn't score a point. You know, like stuff like that helped motivate him to be a great player that he was, you know. And every time he lost, he learned from his mistakes every time. And he did that throughout his career. You can hear him talk about, you know, when he lost the game, you know, what he did wrong and how he's going to fix it, how he's going to correct it. You don't see that in basketball today. You don't see kids talking about that today. They always blame other people. Well, he didn't pass me the ball, or he missed this play, or he didn't play defense, or you know what I mean? Like Kobe always held himself accountable for anything that went wrong and also the things that went right. But he's one of the greatest players of all time, mentally and physically and the skill wise, you know, because he's a student of the game. He studied the basketball game immensely, you know, playing ball in Italy, playing ball in Philly. He played everywhere. You know, I mean, 81 points in one game. Second highest scoring game in basketball history. 81 points. Yeah. But, you know, his game wasn't just about scoring. His game was about competing, being the best, being number one, lifting up his teammates, lifting up his team, winning the game, winning championships. He didn't celebrate like these kids do today. He didn't celebrate every point that he scored like these kids do today. No, he celebrated wins. He celebrated championships. These kids today, they score 1 point. Hey, man, give me 5. Give me 5. I hit a 3. I hit a 3. Yeah, hit a 3. Every point they scored it. No, so to celebrate, if you win a championship, that celebration don't mean nothing anymore because you've been celebrating the whole game. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get back to, look, man, look, you scored a point. All right, yeah, let's go play D now. Instead of looking in the camera, talking to the camera after you scored a point, go back and play D. That's why you're losing, because you guys are not playing D. Y'all steady worrying about the camera. Did you get my highlight? Are you going to show it on ESPN? That's all they're concerned about. It's not basketball. And I saw an analyst, I forgot what analyst it was. He mentioned 3 players that were bad for basketball. And I'm sorry to say that because they're good players, you know, and it was Trae Young, Ja Morant, and Melo Ball.
Yeah.
And those 3 players. They're great ball players. They're great point guards. And they can be even better than what they are if they change their philosophy in the way they play. If their mentality was like Kobe Bryant's, they'll be much better basketball players. But right now, they're more concerned with stats, media, highlights, stuff like that. You know, they was talking about Melo the other day. You know, they say he's still taking shots that he would take in high school. Right. This ain't high school no more. Ja Morant is a phenomenal basketball player, very athletic, but he don't have the mentality that Kobe Bryant had. He don't have it. It's not really about winning for him. He's in the club every night. He on the bench thinking about going to the club after the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You should be thinking like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, like, can I win back-to-back championships? And how can I do that? Nah, this is not their mentality anymore. You know, they're not focused on the real basketball and how to win basketball. And that's what Kobe Bryant was about. He was about winning. Whatever it took to win, about winning. That's why he was mad. After Shaq was going, you know what? I miss Shaq. He's like, it was a lot easier when Shaq was here, but he still got it done without Shaq. But it was a lot easier when Shaq was there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, man.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, man. I appreciate you so much, Tone. Thank you so much
Yes.
for the
Yes.
show and taking your
Well,
time out. Before you leave, this is the part of the show where I pass the mic to you to give any last minute game wisdom or knowledge to anybody out there in the basketball world, in the hip hop world, whatever the case may be, on anything that's on your mind right now. I pass the mic to you to relay whatever message you want to relay to the people.
Yeah, and for the basketball community, you know, I like to see more of the student athletes, you know, go to college, play basketball, and get an education. You know, when you leave college, leave with a degree. I think that's missing now in our society. The education part, we're too focused on the NIL money. We're too focused on jumping from one school to the next school. You know, we need to think more about getting our education, because our education is going to mean a lot more to us after basketball, after college. You know, especially if you go to the NBA, you need to know how to count your money. You need to know how to watch the accountants. You need to know how to talk to your lawyers. And all that comes through education and having a degree and knowing how to navigate yourself, you know, through life. So yeah, but I love the youth. I love the student athletes, and I'm continue to work with these guys, you know, every year, and helping them through life, helping them be a success in life, and whatever I can do to do that, you know, that's a reward for me. As far as hip hop is concerned, so I'm working on my third album on hip hop, and like a lot of the pioneers of hip hop, we're trying to bring hip hop back, because it's been too much rap. You know, everything is rap, 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 rap. You know, hip hop is rap, the DJ, breakdancing, and graffiti. That's hip hop. What we've been hearing and watching for the past maybe 10 to 15 years is rap. Nobody sees the DJ anymore. We are the dancers. There's no dancers anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're trying to do now. We have some events coming up this summer, and we want to bring hip hop back to the community and make it more of a culture like it was in the beginning. You know, I'm a pioneer of hip hop. I was with the Ultimate 3 and WizKid, DJ Kool Herc and the Herculoids. We did a lot of parties together in the Bronx, you know, and we want to continue to bring hip hop back to the community, so we can keep this culture going and educate our youth. Let them know, like, this is hip hop. This is where it come from. This is how we do it. And this is how you can enjoy it and educate yourself in the culture of hip hop, you know. And I'm pretty sure all these kids are doing it, but it's not being done on the platform that it needs to be, because right now all they see is rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's real. I definitely appreciate it. And I appreciate you, man. Like, you, outside of basketball or whatever the case may be, you just one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And you really helped me, even through a lot of times that I went through and stuff like that. You helped me a lot. So now I appreciate you. And you know, you got a little brother in me for life. So
thank you,
salute
man.
to you. Salute to you, man. And I appreciate you. This is Pass the Mic podcast, Big Mike's 2 Cents featuring Coach Tone. And we appreciate y'all tapping in with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.